Jordan proceeded to tell me that he was now bottoming, which Jordan never bottoms, okay? Never bottoms. He's not into like masculine guys. So he was basically telling me that he lost his bottoming virginity to a she-male.
Abort mission. He is not big enough to ride this ride. He cannot handle a stallion.
Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. Without further ado, make sure you follow me at _Princham on Instagram, and make sure you add me on Snapchat at Princham7895. So now today we're back with another story time, and I'm going to basically tell you guys about how me and Jordan basically linked up. And he basically came over and he dished out that 8-inch and he fucked the shit out of me. Okay, girl?
I'm a living witness, baby. Any man gonna come back and spin the motherfucking block.
But before we get into this story time, I just want to quickly say, if you haven't yet watched part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts to this series, I will highly suggest y'all to run over to those parts, watch those parts, and then come back to this video, because everything will make way more sense once you watch those parts and catch up with those. Trust me, it's a bit of a key, so you do want to go over and watch those parts in order to get the full gist and the full understanding of what I'm about to talk about in today's video. Because trust me, if you watch this part and I mention a few things, y'all are not gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it's just best for y'all to go over and watch those videos, please. Okay? So I know y'all miss a bitch. You know, a bitch been gone off of my channel. I've been enjoying life. I've been, you know, trying to, you know, keep my mental health in check. And, you know, life just has been lifing, and I've been enjoying the peace, the calm, and the secret of it all, because I have not been sharing shit on social media. But it feels great. But now I'm back because I'm feeling, you know, motivated to share these story times that I'm about to share on my channel for y'all, because I know y'all miss them. So yeah. Now with this situation between me and Jordan, it happened basically when I least expected it to. I mean, I did put it out there in the universe. I basically told the universe that, you know, of course I miss Jordan. And with the videos that I've done in the past, basically the Grindr video, when I basically told y'all that a bitch got banned off of Grindr. Yes, a bitch still has not been on Grindr since June 16th, bitch, and I don't miss the fucking app, to be honest. Snapchat is my motherfucking girl these days, girl. Snapchat been going crazy, bitch. I've been dating guys off of Snapchat, and I've been dating guys just meeting in person, to be honest. So really and truly, the other apps that I used to use, like Grindr, Tammy, Bumble, I'm no longer on those apps. Like, I've been off of those apps. You know, at one point in time in my life, this is not a part of the story, I'm just like trying to like give y'all a quick update, but you know, normally I would go on, you know, those apps here and there, whatever, but I guess these apps is not working out for me. It's best for me to just stick over to Snapchat and, you know, just meet guys in person and just let it flow from there, because it's been easier for me that way, and it's been way more peaceful. And yeah, but also I want to quickly just say that from now on moving forward, because I don't know if y'all know this, but I post on Snapchat, but I don't post anything regarding my YouTube on Snapchat anymore. Now, I just want to quickly tell y'all, moving forward, I will no longer be posting anything regarding my YouTube over on Snapchat because of what I already just explained. And a lot of the guys that are currently, you know, adding me on Snapchat is guys from my city or just like all over the world, but it's mostly guys from my city, and I don't want them over here on my motherfucking YouTube stalking my page. Like, I am not going to share my YouTube or post anything regarding my YouTube channel on my Snapchat. So if y'all want to know when a new video comes out, turn on the motherfucking notification on my fucking channel so you guys could get notified whenever I upload a new video. And trust me, the videos are coming. But yeah, like y'all know, every single time I have an update regarding this person, I always have to jump on here to basically let y'all know what the update is and what's been happening. Because, girl, like I said, it's crazy how this whole situation had happened. So let's get into this motherfucking story time, bitch. Because I'm so excited. I'm so geeked right now to tell y'all about this situation. Because y'all would not believe what the fuck just happened to me. So with this story time, it was basically taking place on Monday. Now, Monday was when I, went ahead and I basically got my hair done at my hairdresser, and boom, girl. So we don't really got to explain much about that because it is what it is. I basically got my hair done, and yeah. Now, on my way home from the hairdresser, I decided that I wanted KFC. So this time it was around, let's just say it was around 5:30, 6 o'clock p.m. at this point, okay? Now, when I originally decided that I wanted KFC, because for some reason lately I've been craving fucking KFC like 24/7. I don't know, maybe I'm pregnant, but there's no way that I could have been pregnant because, for one, I'm a boy. Two, I haven't really been, doing anything sexually with anyone for fucking 8 months, bitch. A bitch been celibate for 8 months. I've been celibate since fucking January, bitch. Fucking January, bitch. Bitch, I've never in my fucking life been celibate for that fucking long. Ever. Ever. So the fact that I've been celibate for 8 fucking months without getting no dick is crazy. I've told y'all in past videos, like, I haven't really been doing anything. It's basically a unintentional celibacy journey that I went on. Each time the months pass, a bitch was planning to, do the do, but every single guy I was talking to during the space of the time while the time was going by, I wasn't feeling no one. And when I did, have like a plan with a few guys, they always say the wrong shit at the wrong time that caused me not to bother meeting up with them. So with that being said, that was, the reason why a bitch was celibate for that long. And then eventually after being celibate, I really wasn't craving much dickiana for a really fucking long time, bitch. So really and truly, yeah, I was masturbating like a bitch. Like, I was going crazy down there. Okay, girls? So, yeah. But anyways, now that I'm here speaking to, let me just say I have to get this video done today because tomorrow I was going to record again tomorrow, but more than likely I'm not going to get to record tomorrow because I have a, a date tomorrow. Well, basically the guy is gonna come over here. We're gonna just chill, talk, get to know each other. We're gonna play the game because I wanted something real chill because I work early morning the next day. So I told him that, I don't want to go out. I just want to chill or whatever. So that's what we're basically going to do. He's just going to come by. We're going to, play games because he's going to bring over his PS, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going on a date tomorrow, so I can't basically record tomorrow. And the day after that, I am also going out to clubbing with my best friend. So, girl, I'm not going to get no chance to motherfucking record. So, yeah, a bitch just been life. And like I said, I've been enjoying my life. And yeah, anyways, so I was never expecting to lose my celibacy virginity anytime soon because none of the guys was given. Okay, so boom, back to where we left off. So like I said, I've been like crazy craving like KFC, and around this time when I was heading home from my hairdresser, I was like, girl, I'm gonna stop by the closest KFC that's closest to my house. So that's what I basically ended up doing. Now, boom, girl, I got to KFC. I ordered my food because they were doing this deal combo type situation. I ended up ordering like 4 pieces of chicken, 2 fries, 2 nuggets, and, sauces, basically. Now, after I ordered my food or whatever, girl, I basically stayed back at the restaurant and I just lingered for a little bit because I was also deciding in my head whether or not I wanted to stop by at my barbershop to basically get, my fade, because as y'all know, of course, a bitch, line up, the sides are shaved up. Yeah, girl. So I was thinking whether or not I wanted to stop by at my barber's, because normally I have to make like an appointment in order to go in to see my barber, but I wanted to basically do like a walk-in. But anyways, fast forward, what had happened was I stayed in KFC and I lingered for, you know, at least 10 minutes, and I ended up having like a conversation with, you know, a co-worker, because she ended up calling my phone and we were, you know, just kikiing on the phone. Fast forward, after all that ended, I ended up exiting KFC. I started walking down the street, because down the street from where the KFC was my barbershop. It was really close by. That was also one of the reasons why I wanted to stop by my barber and whatever. After I got close to my barbershop, I was, you know, I tried to open the door, but the door was closed. I saw, you know, the cute barbers that I found attractive. They were like walking around in the building or whatever. I was going to signal to them that, you know, I'm outside to basically let me in, because on the app it said that the barbershop closes at 9 p.m. And at this point it was around, you know, 8:23 p.m. So yeah, I didn't bother to stop at my barbershop. I ended up continuing to walk it down the street. And yeah, now girl, while I was walking down the street, you know, my plan was to stop by the next, what's it called? The next bus stop down the street from where my barbershop was. That was the original plan, but after I got to that spot, I checked the app. It said that the bus is not coming until in 15 to 20 minutes. I was like, girl, I'm not waiting that long. I'm just gonna, you know, walk it basically. Well, not walk it, but like walk it to a different bus stop so I could take a different number of bus. Because the spot where I was basically at, I could take whichever bus from that area to basically come downtown to where I live. So yeah. So I continued to walk, and as I was walking along the streets, I was listening to my music and stuff. I was pumping, I was vibing. Boom, boom, boom. I came close to where I was going to stop at to basically take the other bus. But as I was slowly walking it down to this bus stop, I saw this light-skinned nigga. I saw this light-skinned nigga walking in front of me, and from behind, this person looked so familiar to the person, Jordan, that, you know, I've, you know, been in situations with for the past couple years. So, of course, I know what he looks like from behind. Now, while I was walking down this pathway, I saw this light-skinned man walking in front of me. I was like looking at him real like... Now, as we proceeded to walk on this pathway, it got to the point where he was about to cross the street. So he was standing at the crossing line thingy, because the cars were still passing. The stop did not say basically that he should walk yet. So he basically stopped and he, you know, stood there. As I was making my way down, slowly but surely, I came even more closer to where he was standing at. And this person turned around and we made eye contact. Of course, it was motherfucking Jordan. So after, you know, Jordan turned around and he saw that it was me, we started smiling. So, of course, when I saw Jordan again, I was geeked. I was excited. I wanted him to like pull me over onto the corner and just fuck me right there. I am not about to sugarcoat shit no more. This is me, and this is my personality, bitch. YouTube, I'm sorry. I've tried your way for a long time. I love y'all down, but with me not expressing myself and talking how I talk to my friends, girl, like, this is taken away from my personality. I can't do it no more, girl. I just gotta give it to my subscribers raw, because this is how they knew me from the get-go. So yeah, I love the money and everything, but girl, bear with me, YouTube, please. So after I basically walked up to Jordan, we started to have like a little bit of conversation. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous seeing Jordan again in person and stuff like that. So when I first saw him and we made eye contact, and before he basically, you know, asked me how I'm doing and stuff like that, when I saw him and he saw me, he started smiling. I started smiling. I was nervous as shit, girl. I was slowly walking up to him. When I walked up to him, He then, proceeded to talk and basically asked me, how have I been and, stuff like that. Now, as we were there, chopping it up and talking, girl, I ended up turning down my music, because I still could not process that Jordan was now standing in front of me after me saying what I said in the past videos, okay? So, yeah, so boom. He basically gave me like a quick rundown after I basically asked him like, how his life been? How has he been? So he basically proceeded to tell me that, he did relapse back into doing drugs because he told me that he went on Grindr and, people had, meth and stuff, all that crazy shit. And Grindr was the first place that basically introduced him to, that type of lifestyle regarding like using and stuff, because he would have, met up with, people to hook up with people and they basically did drugs and stuff like that, which I could clearly also say in this video, because I don't know if I ever mentioned that that's where he started doing drugs from in the past videos. But yeah, but Grindr was where he first got introduced to doing the actual deeds with doing drugs. He basically told me that, he did, after the last meetup that me and him did like months ago, he basically relapsed because he went on the app and stuff, and of course introduced back to it. He started doing it, and then after some time, he decided that this is wrong, like I shouldn't be doing this. He was just basically saying that he was just getting his life back together and stuff like that, and now this, because he has like a job and stuff, and he got a place, and boom, 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 or whatever. But anyways, he ended up losing the place that I basically told y'all that, he got basically when he was on that journey before he fell off again. But yeah, so he basically was chopping it up, basically telling me all that. He told me now that he lives in a, a shelter and stuff. After he got done, telling me that, he was telling me bits and pieces here and there or whatever, girl. Now, fast forward, we ended up walking over to the same bus stop, but we were getting on two different buses. I was getting on the number 7 just randomly because I did not want to go over to the other side where I could take the bus down to my place, because over here it's getting crazy. People are shooting guns everywhere, and there's just a lot of crazy shit happening in my motherfucking city at this point. So I didn't want to chance it by just going at the fucking bus stop right across the street from where we were originally like at. So I didn't want to go over there because when I checked the app, it's also said that the bus wasn't going to be there until like 15 to 20 minutes again. So I was like, girl, I'm just going to take the bus to, that direction and then get off. And I know the other bus is close enough. Then I will get off, go to that bus stop, basically hop on the bus and basically come back to my place. Oh my God, that was so hard to explain. Anyways, so I slowly felt myself getting annoyed just explaining it. I'm just like, girl, do you really want to explain it, or are you just going to edit that part out? But anyways, I had to. So yeah, so that was basically what I was doing. So I was going to get on the number 7 and he was getting on the number 901. I could have easily gotten on the 901 too, to be honest, but girl, I didn't. I didn't want him to feel like I was following him and whatever, because there was no need for me to take that bus anyway. So boom. Now during the moment of us having a conversation, it got silent at one point, and then I turned to him and I basically told him that I'm no longer on Grindr. So if he ever decides to go on Grindr and basically look for me, he's never gonna find me because I'm never going back on that app. And he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. So we basically started having like more conversations about that. And then after a while again, conversation, died down. He started looking, and I could tell that he wanted to ask for my number before he asked me for my motherfucking number, bitch. Because I also wanted to ask him for his number because, girl, that's the only way we're going to connect. So fast forward, after a few silent moments, Jordan ended up turning to me and he was like, do you want to exchange numbers since, I'm not going to find you on Grindr? And then he proceeded to tell me that he's been slowly but surely not trying to be on Grindr anymore because of that. that already explains. So yes, so I basically, you know, looked at him and I was like, I knew you wanted to ask me for my number, and he started laughing or whatever. And then I was like, wait, pause. And I said, wait, pause, because Jordan normally switches and changes his numbers regularly. So I looked at him and I was like, are you going to keep on changing your motherfucking number? Because if you're going to keep on changing your motherfucking number, there's no point of us exchanging numbers. So he looks at me and he's like, nah, like I left that lifestyle, you know, in the past or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So I basically gave him my number. We exchanged numbers. You know, I saved his number. Well, actually, I gave him my phone and he put his number in. Then I texted him from my phone and then he saved my numbers.
Because God will test you before he blessed you. And every door in your past has to be closed.
Fast forward, you know, after a while, the bus pulled up. Both of our buses basically pulled up at the same time. I got onto my bus. We said our goodbyes or whatever. I got onto my bus. He got onto his bus. And on the bus ride, that whole time, I started texting him. I basically wanted to talk to him. Like, Jordan is my man, okay? So I started talking to Jordan and stuff. And, you know, I started texting him back and forth. I could put the screenshots in here. But I started texting him back and forth or whatever. And we were just there chopping it up, talking more about everything, every and anything, girl. We were talking about Grindr and stuff, and he was basically asking, or maybe I told him why I no longer use Grindr anymore. Anyways, neither here or there. Don't need to explain all that. But anyways, we were having a conversation, okay? So, fast forward, I will say, a couple hours went by. We stopped texting at this point. And I started to think about Jordan. This was later on into the night. Okay, girl, after I got home, you know, I was chilling. I was just like, let me just text Jordan and ask him if he wants to come over here and chill later. Because even though I was horny in the moment, I didn't want him to come over that specific time because I had work, you know, early in the morning and stuff. So I was like, it's just not going to work for him to come over and da-da-da. So we could basically just plan ahead of time and boom. So fast forward, you know, I ended up texting him. He ended up answering the text while I was at work later on down, like in the morning / evening type deal. He told me that he's going to be busy, but he could basically, you know, try to fix things around to basically have us link up. So I was like, okay, cool, boom, 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 just let me know, any updates, whatever. Fast forward, later on came around, you know, I texted him and I was like, any updates, like, because he did not text me. So I was like, any updates, like, what's going on? So fast forward, he didn't ended up hitting me back up until the next day. Now, we're now in Wednesday, so yesterday, okay?
And I'm here to tell you, baby, don't you ever go back to your motherfucking past. The audacity